Worthy. Worthy is worthy. He working. He don't stop working.
Not at all.
Welcome to How You Grievin the podcast. How you feeling?
I'm blessed and highly favored. That's how I'm feeling.
That's right. The Clark sisters. Oh man, I appreciate you joining me on this podcast today. I know we've been trying to get on each other's schedules for a minute, so I'm glad we finally made it here.
I am too. I'm happy to be a part of this, Malcolm. Appreciate the invite.
We're just gonna get straight into it. How you grieving?
How I'm grieving. Could when asking that, could you be a little more detailed on what I'm answering?
How You Grieving the podcast is geared to grief, not just in the format of death. You could have experienced a loss of a job. You could be in transition of a job into something greater. You could have lost somebody in a relationship. It can be death. It can be just life changing. It can be you on your healing journey. It could be you grieving your old self from who you used to be into who you are now. It could be you grieving your old job and or starting this bitches are weird.
Mm. When grieving is grieving always can it does it always have to be like a sad thing or um I guess yeah, because I'm grieving a few things. When you said that, a whole bunch of stuff start popping up in my head. Whether it's my past relationships or who I used to be. So where do I start?
You start whichever came to your mind first.
My ex, I'm grieving over that. It's not necessarily in a bad way. I don't even believe in good and bad. I'm grieving over that situation because I thought that was the one. I mean, of course, I've been in many relationships, but that might have been my most official relationship. I got engaged on the Steve Harvey show. I had built up the courage and confidence to propose to a young lady that I had met here. We were dating. I want to say maybe about 2.5, 3 years before I proposed. I had the opportunity to go on the Steve Harvey show for a COVID episode, and us, the males that were a part of the cast, actually surprised our females by proposing to them. And of course, she said yes. And fast forward to now, that all ended with us being on Cutler's Court.
Cutler's Court. Wait, what is Cutler's Court?
Okay, so they used to actually have a show called Couples Court. So you got the colored couple. I don't like to say the black couple. I believe us to be people of color with melanated skin. So we had the colored couple. I forgot their last name is Cutler. So it's a man and a woman. They're married. She now has a short haircut.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. They sit together, right? Typically.
Yep, yep, yep. Mm-hmm. And that was overall that whole 5 years was a life changing experience for me. Again, I don't necessarily believe in good or bad, but if I did, that had so many good blessings. I wouldn't say a lot of bad situations, but shit, here I am single.
So, what did you have in your mind that you was gonna propose when you got to the Steve Harvey show?
Well, I knew already that I was. Well, it was planned. They do like a little interviewing process to see who they want on the show, and the young lady that was talking to us, she had a one on one with me, and she was like, "Hey, what do you think about marrying?" Um, her name was Gayla. Her name is Gayla. I'm saying her name was as if she passed or something, but her name's Gayla. Um, and I ain't gonna lie, man. It was our relationship was in such in sync that I was like, hell yeah, I would propose and share our love on national TV. Not thinking that we wouldn't be together. I was sweating bullets. Meeting Steve Harvey was the least of my worries at that moment. It was crazy.
So when so y'all were together for 5 years.
Yeah, yeah, close to 5 years.
So when did that end?
Um, funny story. It ended last year, couple days before my birthday, which is next month on the 29th. So we looking at close to 365 days, give or take 30 of them.
Okay. So, with you grieving that, what has been your experience with sadness, happiness, or just like emotions in general? Being in Atlanta, being that you proposed to this woman on the Steve Harvey show, and just dealing with that alone and not being with her. And then I'm sure people recognize you here and there, if not all the time.
um, shit. The sadness part was I went through a transition where I had to find myself again. You know, being with someone or in a relationship, you become them, they become you.
So, with you being known from the Steve Harvey show and having that experience with proposing and now y'all aren't together anymore, like, do you get recognized? Do people ask you, hey, I saw you on the show. How's Shorty doing?
All the time, bro. I get more of people that seen me on the Cutlass court. I was just in a gas station not too long ago. You know, I wear same type of earrings like you. You know, very flamboyant. You know, a gentleman stopped me in a gas station like, "Hey, I just seen you somewhere on TV," and of course, I knew where he seen me at. And my question is to any and everybody that always mentions that to me is, hey, do you think I was did a little too much? Because unlike the Steve Harvey show, you know that was full of love and crying. Like I was in tears when I proposed to
Wow.
her. Yeah, that I was sweating. I remember it like yesterday. I was sweating profusely. My whole shirt was wet because you know, like that's some deep stuff to do. But on the other end, the Cutlass Court, I was I was sharing my feelings of hurt and pain, and you could just tell through my delivery that I wasn't okay. Like I said, after going through the breakup, I was sleeping in abandoned condos for a while. It's not that I couldn't have necessarily had somewhere else to go, but I didn't want to go dating nobody. I didn't want to do certain things. So that was like my only option. So for maybe like the first month or so, I was like real homeless. Like some people just be homeless with their shit kind of together. I was real homeless. Big old suitcase full of the clothes that I had when I left her. No car. Shit, really no financial stability at that moment because we had became a unit. So again, like I said in the
Yeah.
beginning, you know, when you propose to somebody or you in a long term relationship, y'all become one, whether y'all married or not. So that was a big transition for me as well.
Wow, that's a lot. So, all right, now we got to dig a little deeper now because there's people out here watching that's having certain experiences, right?
Right.
So, you was living out of a suitcase.
Yeah, yeah.
So, how were you able to deal with that? Not be in a relationship no more, not have anywhere to go. Like, would you say you maybe hit like the lowest, or you was just low,
I would say it's
or
been
did you
it.
not consider that low?
Oh, that was definitely low, but I would
Yeah.
consider it to be my Atlanta low. I'm from Gary, Indiana, so I've been through some shit, but I wasn't prepared for that. Um, but it was God sent. I'm not complaining. I'm explaining. It was much needed
Hmm.
for my elevation and where I'm at now in life. So
Yeah.
I just navigated through it with through prayer. Um, through it I was able to gain a lot of discipline. Um, and I'm not afraid to say this. I have to take accountability as a man. In the past I've depended a lot on my partners, maybe more than you should, you know, and that really sent me where I had to depend on myself in every area of life. You know, no more somebody to make those calls for you, because as a man we tend to let our partner um if you're the masculine energy in a relationship, you tend to let the feminine energy handle the business, make the business calls, this and that. So it was things that I had to relearn or just learn for the first time. So again, I feel like it was God sent. Although I didn't enjoy going through it, now today I can sit and rejoice about those, you know what I'm saying, experiences.
That's dope when you are able to go through hard times and be able to like come out on the other side and rejoice and talk about it and just be like, yeah, I did that. I've been there.
It's real. It's a real experience, bro.
Yeah, it's real. And sometimes it just be too damn real. You be like, damn, like why do I have to have this experience right now? And that just is it is what it is. But also you get to learn things about yourself. So that's dope. What would you
I learned a lot.
say was the best what was the best thing that happened out of all of that? Or what did you learn most
I've
about
had
yourself?
I've had trouble loving myself. I'll be 41 October 29th, right? And I feel like one of my
Hmm.
biggest issues was loving myself. I could always love others. I would love others more than I love myself, in all honesty. Um, Going through
Yeah.
that transition truly taught me how to love myself. And the bad in me or the good, but just not wanting to date, not wanting to depend on people anymore. Um, just going into my own world. Not meaning that I can't
Hmm.
have any others in my world or combined, but I think the next relationship will probably be my last relationship because that relationship prepared me for what I think I want. No, what I know I want my relationship to be like. I don't want it to be one
Yeah.
sided. I don't want it to be I don't even want to be about numbers. I just don't want it to feel one sided. I don't want my partner to feel one sided. And I know that past relationship, we both did. I don't mind sharing the issues that we had. I think her biggest issue was she felt like she was carrying me financially. You know, you met me through entrepreneurship. I'm considered to be a fashion designer. I don't consider myself
Yeah.
to be one though. I'm an artist and I express myself through whatever canvas I'm given. At this point in life, it's fashion. I was doing what I'm supposed to do, but of course it wasn't taking off like that at that moment. So, like some artists do, I was willing to sacrifice time and shit. I was counting on my partner, and my partner, like, I know I've been holding this down for this long, and which is understandable. I get it, but
Yeah.
with communication, we all know what we sign up for, and that's what bothered me. I felt like on my end, I was compensating with sacrificing my not only my integrity but who I am as a creative. I felt like instead of being a team, I started becoming a what's the person that go with the golfing? You know, a caddy. I felt like a caddy. I felt like a cheerleader, which you are supposed to be your partner's cheerleader, but I felt like a full time cheerleader and not
Hello,
part of a
team.
team. Yeah. So I that breakup was needed. I think about it often because with when you talk about compatibility and shit like that, um, from the way we look, the way we treated each other until shit kind of hit the fan, it was almost like storybook. To be quite honest, we had a few
Wow.
issues. Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I think about it. I'm coming from Gary, Indiana. I've dated some ratchets. I've been ratchet. I've had some horrible situations. I've had women drug me. I've had women stab me. I had women lie on me to the point where I missed my father's funeral. Like one of my baby mothers actually gave birth to my child on my birthday. So I have a twin, and it's hard to kind
Yeah.
of be mad at her. But my father passed, and she had did some shit where I had a warrant, and the police was at the funeral waiting on me. So when dealing with shit like that, it's like you get with a girl or a woman that's totally different, the opposite. But of course, she's gonna have her own issues. I come with mine. I'm trying to evolve. Her issues was something different than I ever dealt with. It was more.
Yeah.
I would say I don't know if it's okay to say it was more womanly or more feminine issues. It was like, damn, come on, I need you to have my back as a man, and I'm thinking the way I'm having her back is as a man, but looking at it now, I'm like, shit, I could have done better.
Dang. Okay. Well, shit. Thank God you made it through to the other side, and you recognize the things that you could have done better. and that just prepares you for the next best thing. So,
So
how are you feeling? You said you think about it often. How are you feeling about all of that today?
I miss her in a good way. It's not a
Hmm.
sexual miss, but I also feel like I am where I'm supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be with her. I get it. You know, the flesh. So I'm on a
Yeah.
spiritual journey as well. So my flesh still have an attachment to her. My spirit understands that that was needed. It was just a part of my conquest, not a conquest as far as me, her being a conquest, but life in general. Again, the next person that I date, I know that probably be my forever. The next person I propose to, because dating is about you know figuring out who this person is, if they're
Figuring it
worth.
out.
And we're not taught about dating growing up, at least not all of us, not in the majority thing. You got a few parents that actually teach their kids that, but coming where I'm coming from, most times you fuck somebody or you have sex with them, you feel like that's your person or that's who you're supposed to be with.
Yes.
Attachment issues and shit like that occur with dating. It's like an interview. Dating is several interviews until I decide to give you the job or back and forth. But until we teach our kids that how to navigate through life, is going to continue to be hard.
Just speaking on dating, just in general, like we forget. I mean, I know I've been really bad at dating because I can date many or few, and the next thing you know, I'm in a goddamn relationship, and that wasn't the plan.
That wasn't the plan.
And then you walking around like, what the hell just happened? And then deep down inside, you ain't even happy. So I definitely understand the difference now between dating and being ready, I guess, to marry. Um, what since we're on dating, we're gonna shift the topic and we're gonna say what is some dating advice you can give to the individuals who have had bad breakups recently or in the past and don't know like what to really do next? Do you say just take some time for yourself? Do you say fuck all of that? What do you say? Do you say
Uh,
get into therapy?
I don't know, man. I haven't done therapy. I talk to people that say therapy is good. I've wanted to do at least one or two sessions just to see what that's like. But I can definitely say take some time to yourself, whether it's short or long. Time is needed for yourself to heal. At least figure out how you want to again navigate through the dating pool. Um, and if you're gonna fuck with people, fuck with them, but don't be afraid to say no. Listen to what I call the spider senses, your discernment. Most people ignore those
Mm-hmm.
things when it's telling you this ain't it. This not my person. It is just what it is. A lot of times we have these
So true.
attachment issues. You don't want to be alone. You probably fucking around and missing your opportunity of finding that person by holding on to that. Sometimes these things are momentary. It's supposed to teach you a lesson. With the lesson comes a blessing afterwards, I think. So because right now, man, I'm not to switch gears, but with that, I was able to find myself through the healing. With that, I was able to find business partners. With that,
Mm-hmm.
my brand is thriving. My friendships are thriving. The way I operate is totally different now. Um, I'm not
Yes.
even dating. I do talk to females, but the nigga, the man I am now, like I get so many compliments. Hey, you glowing, this and that, and it's only because of this last issue made me find myself. It got me close to the
Yeah.
source. I'm not a religious person, but my spiritual beliefs are vibrating at a high level. Um, and shit, there we have it. Now, don't get me wrong. I still got this energy about myself that my ex probably wouldn't like, but then again, I'm not for her. Somebody that's for me
Exactly.
understands why I vibrate the way I vibrate. Um, she's from Louisiana. You know, I don't want to I can't get deep into detail. This is public shit. She's from Louisiana. I'm from Indiana. Two different regions, two different
Two
upbringings.
different regions.
Whew.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, I'm talking about, and I want to tell you, share this as well. as she was telling me shit like, I need you to come through financially, I was telling her shit like, well, I need you to come through on your health. I was worried about her health as we were dating, and she didn't have any health
Mhm.
issues at this moment. But would you believe, like, the second we broke up, she was diagnosed with diabetes? And I was kicking game to her as we were dating. Well, not dating because we was in a full blown relationship. But I'm like, don't eat this, don't eat that. And then it went from, well, I suggest, because I was starting to learn that you can't just tell any woman,
Just tell somebody.
yeah, even your mate.
Hmm.
Um, and I feel sorry for her because I feel like a lot of this could have been permitted. Is that the word when you say like it could have been stopped before it started? But again,
Absolutely.
those the lessons that life throw at you. Like, it's karmatic energy.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we have to go through experiences that now become for us. So before we go, I see all these clothes in the background. Now I know what's going on back there, but you got to tell the people.
Well, right now, my position of power is fashion designer. I am a creative mind behind Caviar Club brand and my own brand. Caviar Club is a dispensary. I have the pleasure of working with. We're a little bit over a year, so I'm thinking it's been a year and like 3 months since I met that gentleman.
Wow.
Then I have my own brand that I've been building for. We're looking at about 15 years. I've done everything from design for Cynthia Bailey, Carlos Miller. I've had some of my pieces on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Baddies Africa. Right now, Fauna Cherry is one of my clients. She promotes the brand. And my brand is all about self-expression, being able to express yourself without even opening your mouth. Because opening my mouth has got me into some shit. But wearing my expressions on my for real, wearing my expressions on my clothes have gotten me in some doors that I thought I'd never go in. So again,
Wow.
this year has been dope for me. Yeah, and if you any
Yeah.
guys that want to find my brand, my bad, you can find it on blackproshops.com, spelled BLACKPROSHOPS.com.
You got some dope ass pieces.
They ain't seen nothing yet, man. This is some of my new drops right here, man.
Like, yeah. Like, because there's not many people that have stuff that I like because I'm a different individual and I like different types of clothing. So when I saw your stuff, I was like, huh, somebody understands, somebody gets it. Um, but Worthy,
Talk to me.
you you got any last words for the people? You got any motivational words or any good or bad words? What you got?
I got a lot of words. Actually, I got words of encouragement. Words spelled WERDS, and that's words everyone really don't say. I say stay as positive as possible when things seem like they crumbling. Love thyself first, and then love thy neighbor. Also, if you believe just a little bit in the entity in the source called God, the Lord, or whatever you call it, you need to research, gain knowledge, get closer to that entity. It'll get you in the direction that you need to be moving in. Again, stay positive. Do not speak ill words over yourself. Manifestation is real. We all have magic in us. We all seem to notice the magic that we do when we speak negative over ourselves. The same happens when you speak positive. That doesn't mean that after 6 to 12 years of speaking negative, the first day you start speaking positive, you're going to start seeing a turnaround. It's no different than working out and you're unhealthy. You have to make it and be consistent and persistent with these things. I would suggest that, man. Self love and self motivation, and everything else will fall in place.
Word, word. Um, Thank you, and that's coming from the northeast of me.
You're welcome.
But right, right. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you, and to teach the people something, and just to give them an experience other than what they normally see on the podcast. How you grieving? So, brother, enjoy this day. stay blessed, and thank you for joining on the How You Grieving podcast.
I appreciate you for having me, bro.